The Bank of England has suggested there may be some light at the end of the tunnel of gloom. That's right, forecasting a recession that may be less dramatic than previously feared. But it took the base rate of interest rate to a 14-year high yesterday at 4%, and it's certainly spreading fresh concerns for mortgage borrowers and the property market. Joining me in the studio right now to hopefully put a bit of an end to this doom and gloom and the misery merchants at the Bank of England is our business and economics editor. It's Liam Halligan with On the Money. Hit me with some good news.
I thought you were going to say, hit me with your rhythm stick, Ian Jury. You're probably too young to remember Ian Jury. So, look, it's been a really busy week, information coming from all angles. So let's just recap what the Bank of England did yesterday. I've got a graph here that I can show you, and GBNews radio listeners will have to bear with me. So in the years before the COVID lockdown, if we can run the graph there, the Bank of England held interest rates below 1%. Then there's the COVID lockdown when they went even lower. And there you can see on the right of the screen, Patrick, 10 successive interest rate rises since pretty much the beginning of last year, the beginning of 2022, up to 4%, a 0.5 percentage point rise yesterday. So from 3.5 to 4, that is a 14-year high on interest rates. And that, of course, means about 30 to 50 quid a month on your mortgage payments for the average mortgage, which is proper money for pretty much all households. But at the same time, Patrick, the Bank of England also changed its growth forecast yesterday, and it went from being super gloomy, saying that we're going to have almost 2 years of economic shrinkage, crikey, to the idea that we're going to have only 1 year of economic shrinkage, the economy getting smaller. I mean, I think this is nuts, frankly, and that's a technical term. I don't see that happening at all. We've just had a business survey out from the Purchasing Managers Index, a very, very authoritative organisation, been putting out business surveys of opinion of business leaders literally for decades. And they see quite a sharp uptick in business optimism now. We've got a sense that, I've been saying for a long time that interest rates would peak at 4 or 4.25%. That's pretty much now what financial markets think. As of today, you had words from the Governor of the Bank of England yesterday saying that inflation has turned the corner. We remain vigilant. But unless things change, we're probably not going to raise interest rates anymore. So it may even be that 4% is the peak, let alone 4.25%. Still painful for a lot of people with mortgages, but far, far, far better than almost anyone could have predicted just a few months ago.
Why do you think that they are being potentially unnecessarily gloomy?
Well, I'm just writing about this for my Telegraph column this weekend, literally in between appearances here on GB News. And the OBR, the Office of Budget Responsibility, put out earlier, just a couple of weeks ago, hardly anyone noticed it in the media, they put out a kind of an assessment of their previous forecasts, right?
Right.
And get this, the OBR's borrowing total, right, for the tax year 2021-2022, the estimate they made in March 2021, which, the government would have, heeded and, we can only spend so much money, we can't do these tax cuts. It was £108 billion too high, right? They said they'd get about £39 billion from corporation tax. They ended up getting £60 billion from corporation tax.
Wow.
I think they're just being too gloomy. I think they're civil servants, and this is fair comment. They'll deny it. They'll deny it, and I respect a lot of people in the OBR. I know a lot of these people. I was at university doing advanced degrees in economics with a lot of them. I just think they're so risk-averse, and we're almost locked into these gloomy forecasts. So you need politicians who are going to be responsible, who aren't going to try and do too much too soon, which no doubt Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng definitely tries to do too much too soon. But forecasts aren't destiny, Patrick. I personally think, and this is a personal view, that come the March budget, March the 15th, and we're in the run-up to that now, rather than raising corporation tax to 25% from the current 19%, I think we should keep it at 19%. Okay. And I think that would be a huge shot in the arm for British business. And I know that at the top of the government, some people are starting to say the same thing.